And we're back for another episode of Helmet to Helmet. A little bit late. We're like 2 weeks late. We're already 2 weeks into the season, and this is our first episode. I've been busy. I know Chuki's been busy, and yeah, man. How's your summer?
Starting off strong, man. Came out champ last year, looking to be champ again this year, you know. Starting off 2-0. Looking good so far, man. I still don't feel so comfortable with my team yet, but you know, it's working. It's working.
Yeah, you're 2-0. I'm definitely starting a little bit better than I did last year. I think I was 0-2, and 1-1. So not bad. I'll take it. But yeah.
Yeah. I think about 8 people in our league. Oh, wait, no, like 6 of them are 1-1. So still anyone's game. And those of the what surprises me a lot about this year is the ones that are 0-2, man. Those 2 players, Junior and Beto, man, those guys are always playoff contenders, and to see them start like that, I don't know, man. I remember how I started like that last season. I started 0-4, and then somehow I just came back, went on a winning streak. But I've never seen that before I did it, so I think it was just lucky.
Yeah, for sure.
But hey, man, best wishes and good luck, and just keep those feet moving, you know.
Most definitely. All right, so this coming up week, we have North Carolina going against the Houston Texans, and man, I mean, it's like they have Christian McCaffrey, which is always fun to watch. You know, just that dude. You know, he was hurt last season, but he's coming back strong. I mean, he has a total of 584 yards, 3 touchdowns. Oh, wait, that's Aaron Donald. That's Sam Darnold. Oh my God. Man, what a rough start. Christian McCaffrey has 45 carries, 170 yards, and a touchdown. You know, I mean, what can you say about Christian McCaffrey? I mean, there's a reason why he's was number 1 pick this season, right?
Yeah, he's a workhorse, man. Like Christian McCaffrey, as long as he's in, I think Carolina has a chance at playoffs. You know. Not at a Super Bowl, that's for sure. But at a playoffs, Christian McCaffrey can get him there, no doubt, just by himself.
And then going against Mark Ingram, I don't know, man. Like Mark Ingram is like the veteran, been on the Saints, been on with the Baltimore Ravens, and I don't know. I mean, he's been doing all right. He has like a 126 yards and a touchdown. But you know, good for Mark Ingram. For quarterbacks, we have Sam Darnold going against Tyrod Taylor, but I think Tyrod Taylor is injured at the moment, right? But Sam Darnold.
Yeah. So do you think Watson's gonna come back? No, right? I think he's just gonna miss the whole season.
I don't think he's gonna come back at all. I think they're. Yeah. I mean. I don't know, man. There's a thin line that you could walk with bringing Deshaun Watson with all the baggage he's carrying right now. But who knows? Yeah, I kind of wish that he was back because you know he was my MVP last year. I had him on my team, and man, like that dude can make so many plays. And I think now they have some guy named Mills, and I don't know, man. Not too sure about him, but. People have been pointing out the trend that, yeah, go ahead.
Hey, what's it called? One thing's for sure. What I've noticed about the Houston Texans is that, man, they could work like a team. Sorry, I was getting a phone call right there. What's it called? Anyways, the Houston Texans, they're the most, perfect team ever that knows how to work together, you know? Like, every weapon they have in their team, they utilize it at some point in the game. those three monster running backs that they have. Maybe they're not so scary running backs, but with those three together, not getting as tired, not getting as many reps, like you still see some big plays coming out of those players. And their wide receivers too. What's his name? Brandon Cooks. Man, I thought he needed Deshaun Watson to perform good, but man proved that he could do it with a starting quarterback, with a backup quarterback. He could do it with any kind of quarterback. Really lucky for whoever picked up Brandon Cooks in the waiver wire. I think week 1.
Yeah, what I was about to say is that somebody pointed out, like, every time Tyrod Taylor gets injured, that like ends the season, like the next quarterback blows up. Like last year with Justin Herbert, Tyrod Taylor was a starting quarterback for the Los Angeles Chargers, and look at Herbert right now. He also, when he was on the Cleveland Browns, who was behind him? That was Baker Mayfield, and Baker Mayfield is arguably maybe not one of the best, but I'll say top 10 quarterbacks in the league for sure.
For sure. Now especially, yeah.
But yeah, who knows? Maybe this guy Mills is gonna step up and maybe blow up. Who knows? Sleeper, I don't know. But we'll see. Does that devalue?
Yeah, Texans are 2-0, right?
Yeah,
I think. Yeah. Maybe they might get their first L this week with Carolina. I don't know if they're gonna be able to keep up with the scoring Christian McCaffrey's going to be doing.
Let's look at Brandon Cooks. Brandon Cooks has 14 receptions, 210 yards, and 1 touchdown. People are saying maybe that the new quarterback devalues him, but Brandon Cooks has had various other quarterbacks, ranging from what did he play? Well, last year with Deshaun Watson. He also played with Drew Brees. He also, where else did he play? The Rams with Jared Goff. And even with Jared Goff, he was a stud on that team. Well, he was behind, was it Robert Woods and Cooper Kupp? But still, he's the number 1 man on this team, so why not? That hasn't stopped him with Tyrod Taylor. And then on the other side of the Carolina Panthers, there is DJ Moore. Hold on, let me pull up his stats. Yeah, DJ Moore with 14 receptions, 159 yards, 1 touchdown. Jeez, man. Oh, man. It's going to be close, I think. But, and also we also have to take in consideration of Carolina's defense in the last couple of weeks, shutting down the Saints, man. And then who else?
Mm-hmm.
They played against the Jets, and they just, destroyed them. But I don't know, man. Who's to call, man? All right. And for Sunday, we have the Washington Bills. Oh, man. Heineke's taking over as quarterback, right? Hold on, I'm doing 2 jobs. I'm trying to pull up everybody's ESPN stats. Yeah, somebody's fucking calling me. Everybody's trying to interrupt. Helmet to helmet. But Heineke, he's taken over. What's his name? Fitzmagic, right? He has 458 yards already, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception, and his quarterback rating is only 45, which is kind of gross, but it's not even 50%. He's going to be working on it. But yeah, you have Heineke, you have Josh Allen, who right now has 449 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 1 interception. But out of the 2, I will take Josh Allen all day.
All day. Even though they do got Scary Terry McLaurin in that other side, I still think Stephon Diggs, Emmanuel Sanders, Cole Beasley, they're all gonna outperform every wide receiver they have in that side. And
Yeah, Terry McLaurin,
man,
he blew up last week for sure. But
yeah, I say the defense just got to work on stopping Terry and hopefully keep a man on LT. You know,
and
LT's a good tight end.
even without Fitzpatrick, and that says a lot, man.
Yeah,
We also have Antonio Gibson and Singletary. I mean, I have the two. I'm taking Antonio Gibson all the way, no doubt about it. But he still hasn't scored a touchdown. That's the only downfall on him.
that's where McKissick comes in.
Yeah,
McKissick comes in and just steals his touchdowns. You know.
yeah, and then
But hey, man, last week he showed up.
yeah, JD McKissick is like one. People have called him like the little goblins. Like, give me your touchdowns. But also, Josh Allen has his ultimate weapon, which is Stephon Diggs. Still kind of early, but I mean, he's going to blow up in the next couple of weeks. He has 129 yards, 1 touchdown, and 13 receptions. Wish he would have had a little bit more receptions because 13's pretty low.
Yeah, I was expecting Stephon Diggs to blow up more this year, but
I guess he's just been covered a lot.
He started a little bit slow, you know. But
yeah.
Oh well.
Let's see some of the more interesting games. I mean, we have Bears and Browns. I mean, the Bears and Browns. Let's take a look at it. Let's see. We don't have Andy Dalton this week because Andy Dalton, I think he hurt his leg. But instead, we have the rookie Justin Fields, who I think he played one or two plays, and in those 2 plays, or I don't know, maybe it was more than that. He had 70 yards and one. It was an interception. I thought he had a touchdown, or unless they got called back. But he did play for a little bit. But I mean, people are saying that he's one of the next quarterbacks to blow up, but just kind of like how Justin Herbert did. You know, what do you think? Do you think Trevor Lawrence is going to outperform him? I mean, we have seen Trevor Lawrence play.
Yeah, Trevor Lawrence. The thing about Trevor Lawrence is he comes to play like in the final quarters, you know, like in the 3rd or 4th quarter. Like I see him throw maybe 2 touchdowns in the first half, but he'll do one half and then one the other. And like also like I feel like he's just not feeling it yet. Not feeling comfortable in that behind that offensive line. I see him struggle with the pocket. But I mean, I say just work on his blocking and protecting the quarterback, and Trevor Lawrence will throw even more beautiful passes, you know?
Yeah. You know, on the other side of the coin, what we have with the Cleveland Browns, I mean, we have Baker Mayfield, but we have the return of Odell Beckham Jr. And if we look at his last season's stats, because we don't have anything for this season, before he tore his ACL, he had 23 receptions, 319 yards, and 3 touchdowns.
Which isn't so great, you know, but still better than most players. Definitely a good player to have just in case you have a starter go down in your starting lineup.
Yeah, I mean, could he re-aggravate the injury? Or, I mean, who knows? I mean, he is the number 1 wide receiver on that team. I mean, it's hard to say right now. I mean, there's some people. I mean, if I had him in my bench, I would just wait a week or 2, see how it goes. I mean, yeah, maybe he might blow up in those few weeks, but maybe he might not. We also have to consider that Baker Mayfield was injured last game. I think they said he had like a bruised rib or something to that extent. I mean, bruised rib is pretty serious. I mean, you can't throw without your ribs or your upper body. So I mean, who's to say? I mean, I don't know. Maybe they might play him a few rounds, or maybe they might just not play him at all and just let him heal up for a week or 2.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, Odell Beckham last year he wasn't as consistent. I'll say maybe he'll have like one really amazing game where he'll get like 40 points or 30 points for you, and then like the next three games he'll just do complete doo doo for you, and then you will start to bench him, and then on the fourth week he'll do really amazing again,
Yeah.
and you'll start the fifth week, and then when you start in the fifth week he'll do doo doo again.
You're just
Uh,
chasing the touchdowns.
it's just real stressful,
Yeah.
having that player on your team and
It's like
deciding whether or not to start
it's like
him.
that reference from South Park. You try to chase the dragon, but you never catch the dragon.
Hmm.
Oh man. All right. We'll leave the Browns at that. I think Browns will get that game easy.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. There's been a bunch of close games that the Browns deserve to win, like the one with the Chiefs. Man, that was a good game. The Browns against the
Oh
Chiefs,
yeah.
Week 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a really close game. The Browns were dominating like the first half, and then out of nowhere, the Chiefs just started coming back. Travis Kelsey and Patrick Mahomes combo.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
insane.
Uh, quickly, we have the Baltimore Ravens in this next game. We saw Baltimore. They beat Kansas City like barely.
By a point. It was a defensive game at like the last 4 minutes of the fourth quarter. It was just pure
Hey,
defense.
I mean, I'll be the first to say that I personally don't like watching Kansas City games. I mean, they have like pretty cool scores or whatever. But this one I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll turn on the TV and watch a little bit, and I'm glad I did.
Yeah, man. I never thought the Kansas City Chiefs was after they got the ball back. I was like, that's it. One first down for Patrick Mahomes is nothing. He's gonna get this first down and then take a knee and call it the
and then
game.
Clyde Edwards
3 and out, baby.
fumbles the ball, and then it was almost like a repeat of like week 1 whenever Lamar was going against the Raiders when he fumbled and then caused like the
Yeah,
game to turn over, and then the Raiders won. Oh man.
it was a really good game.
Did
Really
you
good
see that
game.
video of Patrick Mahomes' brother after the game? Fucking
Mm-mm.
salty ass motherfucker. That dude,
Yeah.
yeah, he had like a water bottle and he poured it on a fan, and the fan was like, "Oh my god, yes." Oh yeah, but I don't know. And apparently he's being forgiven by the mayor or some bullshit. But anyway, this is not about Patrick Mahomes' brother. It's about football. But I think they're going
Yeah.
against the Lions, and I think they'll do fine. But on the other side of the coin, there's T.J. Hawkinson, which is like,
Bro, he had me sweating this Monday Night Football.
yeah,
Like, I think I was up by like 7 or 6 points in fantasy, and Hawkinson just needed one touchdown to beat me. Like, bro, and he had already gotten a touchdown that game, and there was 3 quarters left, and I was like, bro, what are the chances that Hawkinson's gonna score again? Because I know he scored once in the first quarter,
yeah.
and then, man, I was just sweating the whole time, and somehow the Green Bay Packers defense showed up for me, and saved my ass from getting my first L of the season. But no, didn't happen.
I don't know. There's like a little light coming in my room. But yeah, DJ Hawkinson. If you have him on your league, man, good pick. Definitely an improvement from over the last 2 years. Um,
Man, I thought Higbee was going to be the same way. I was like, hey, man, I was between Hawkinson and Higbee, and I think I chose Higbee. And I was just like, wow, disappointment.
on the other, another team game that we would watch is the Colts versus the Titans. And how can we not talk about the Titans without talking about your boy Derrick Henry and his outstanding performance? I mean, this dude was a monster. I saw him at 10 points, and then you were in the league chat just talking like, "Oh no, man, Derrick Henry. Does anybody want him? What's going on?"
Yeah, man. I was just like, does anyone want him? What's going on, man? Like, Derrick Henry's supposed to be my workhorse, and drafted him the first round. Pick 5 or 6, I think. I got him and I thought it was a steal. I was like, Derrick Henry still in number 5 or number 6. I was like, man, I don't know what the first 4 were thinking about. I'm gonna pick him up right away. And I was honestly gonna pick up Travis Kelsey, man. I was honestly gonna think about Travis Kelsey. I was like, man, if all the running backs are gone, like the top 5 running backs that I like, then might as well get Travis Kelsey out of the way, and secure him. But no, Derrick Henry was there, and that completely changed my draft strategy. And yeah, man, I put literally all of my hopes and dreams on Derrick Henry, performing not so good week 1, expecting him to perform not so good week 2. He was like at 8 points and like all game until like the fourth quarter, where he just scored 80, like 30 points out of nowhere in total of like 44 points. Like, oh my god, it was so crazy. I honestly thought I had no chance to win this week, and then Derrick Henry just completely changed the odds.
Yeah, definitely for sure. Let's see in the next run. Let's run through the next couple of games real quick. We have the Saints and Patriots. I think Saints, maybe they might come back a little bit, but I mean, close call. The Patriots. You know what? I take my thing back. Let's go with the Patriots on that one.
What?
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, it does look like it's gonna end up being a defensive game. I don't think we're gonna see much scoring from either side. I think Bill Belichick's coaching style of defense is gonna stop the Saints, and I feel like the Saints defense is good enough as it is. Doesn't need no coaching for that defense, and they'll be able to control the Patriots and that rookie quarterback. Trust me, it's gonna be a real low scoring game probably. If not, I say the Saints are probably gonna just
see, we have the Falcons and Giants. You know what? I'm just gonna go with the Giants on this one. Danny Dimes did pretty good last week, but I mean they lost. I mean both teams are 0-2, but I
feel like it's gonna be a shootout. Yeah, it's gonna be a shootout.
Yeah. We also have Bengals and Steelers. I mean, we could talk a little bit about this one. I mean, we have Najee Harris as a running back from the Pittsburgh Steelers. Oh, let me pull up his stuff. And then I think the last game or one of the games, he had like 100% of the snaps, which is crazy for like a running back. Usually you see it like 50-50, or you have one that has the majority of the snaps. But I mean, 100%. That's just like on every single play.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he hasn't really had that much activity. Maybe just tough defenses. He only has like 83 yards on 26 carries. But I mean, I still see an upside on him. If you have him, maybe don't sell him, or if you want to, you don't see that upside. I don't know. Maybe you could get somebody that has more potential. On the other side, Joe Mixon, who I have, didn't do so well last week, but the week before, was amazing. Let's see, where is he? Joe Mixon. Here it is. If it'll pull up. So yeah, right now he's almost at 200 yards. He has one touchdown, but I still believe in him. I'm probably going to have to put him as my RB2 this week because I'm not going to have Dalvin Cook, most likely. Or maybe I will. And Dalvin Cook, I mean, he's questionable with his ankle, and I'm not too sure about that. I mean, I feel like I'd rather an ankle injury for Dalvin Cook than like something with his knee.
Yeah, most definitely.
Or, I mean, I shouldn't say that either because one year I had Devontae Adams, and he fucked up his ankle, and he was out for like most of the season. I think it was like 2 years ago.
Yeah, I think that was Michael Thomas too last season.
Yeah, last season too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Devontae Adams, he had turf toe. I think he had surgery for that. And turf toe is, I mean, you can't pivot off your foot. There's a lot of things that, well, you know what? Any injury, I'll just leave it at that. All right. We also have Jaguars and Cardinals. Cardinals, easy, no doubt about it. I picked up their defense for a reason, and you know, I feel like they're gonna just shut out the Jaguars. Knock on wood.
Yeah, for sure.
Jets and Broncos. You know what? Broncos, like it. That's a no-brainer. Did you see the performance of the Jets? Fucking, I feel like I'm watching a bunch of idiots just run on the field. There's like no.
Hey man, those idiots are getting paid millions.
Oh yeah.
I think we're the idiots over here talking on the.
Most likely, yeah, yeah, for sure. But hey,
man,
I don't see any playoff.
That's on them.
I don't see any playoff potential from that team. I mean, I think not even Corey Davis is performing that well on that team right now. I don't know. I mean, Zach Wilson he was like number 2, right? Pick overall.
They got Crowder coming back this week, I think, or next week. Yeah, I think Crowder's coming back this week, and well, maybe we'll see some change there.
Let me pull up Zach Wilson.
Crowder.
Zach Wilson. That's with the H.
Man, you're thinking that the Jets would have like the perfect team right now with so many first-round picks.
Yeah, I know. You're like, what the fuck? Where did all that go? I mean, Zach Wilson right now, he has 468 yards, 2 touchdowns, and then 5 interceptions in 2 games. Jeez, man. I don't know, but we're seeing quarterbacks go to the Jets suck, and then they go to another team, and they're like, "Oh my God, you were on the Jets." We saw that with Sam Darnold, right? I mean, we still haven't seen his full potential of the season, but he's done better. That also happened to what's his name? The quarterback from the Titans. His name is, I can't think of it. Help me with something.
Quarterback?
Yeah, the quarterback. Titans? So his name is
Mariota?
Not Mariota. Mariota's on.
Ryan Tannehill?
Yes. Oh my God.
I cannot remember Ryan Tannehill. I thought you were trying to remember like an old quarterback.
No, current.
No, it's Ryan Tannehill.
Yeah. Oh my God. First episode back, and we just can't think of players.
Man, I'm really disappointed in Ryan Tannehill now that you brought him up. Like, yeah, man. Like, I thought with Julio Jones and AJ Brown there, like he'll be doing way better at passing the ball, but no. Well, I guess he's still doing all right? But for fantasy, I remember he used to score like 30 plus points every game. Now he scores like barely 20.
Yeah,
and, I'm just. I had him on some other leagues.
He has all those yards. He has like 59 yards and only 1 touchdown.
Yeah.
That is terrible. I mean, the yards are good.
Yeah, his yards are good, man. Like he gets it done,
It's all going to Derrick Henry's. Like Derrick Henry just sucks the life out of the quarterback.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know, man. Let's see. What else can we talk about? We got to talk about the Dolphins and the Raiders. Raiders for sure. I mean, they surprised me the last couple of weeks. And, I mean...
Yeah, the Dolphins kind of surprised me too, like their defense and all that. But I mean, they were playing against the Patriots, so
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
Uh,
But that game was pretty good with the Dolphins and the Patriots. The Dolphins won by like 1 point, and their defense really showed up at the end to stop the
I
Patriots.
mean, with the Dolphins running back right now, they have Miles Gaskin, who only has 74 yards. And, before the season started, we all thought that Miles Gaskin was going to be the clear cut, like, best performer on the team, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
And so far, he just hasn't blossomed in any way. Maybe just bad defense he's been going against, but I don't know. Not much coming out of Miles Gaskin. Uh,
Yeah, I feel like they gotta fix their quarterback situation too. I'm not feeling so hot about Tua or any of the other backup quarterbacks. Like
well,
their receiving core is really good for them to not have a
was it
good quarterback
when
there.
right now, because Tua's injured and he's not going to be playing. All that's left is Jacoby Brissett, and we've seen him.
Oh, Jacoby Brissett is there?
Yes, he is the quarterback too.
Hey man, that guy was pretty good when he was with the Colts. That guy,
Well, hold on for a second. In the last game that he played, which last week, he had 169 yards. Well, I would say that's okay because Tua got hurt in between the game. But
mhm.
he did have an interception. I mean, maybe just first game jitters, I guess. I mean, he's a pro. I guess you still, if you're a pro, some people still have jitters.
Hey man, you know who else had an interception in the first game? The GOAT himself, Tom Brady,
Yeah,
against the Cowboys defense.
yeah. Uh,
So
but I don't know. I have Will Fuller. He is going to be coming back for his debut, and I'm still not going to play him. I'm gonna wait it out, see what he's like, see how much he's getting out of this quarterback. But I still think Will Fuller is gonna be wide receiver one. I mean, we can look at let's see at their next player, which is Waddle, Jalen Waddle.
yeah, I was about to say, hopefully with a Will Fuller back, he'll freaking have Waddle a little bit more wide open. Since there's going to be players focusing on Fuller now,
Yeah,
not
I
just
didn't
Waddle.
watch too much of the Miami game, but from what I've heard, Waddle was doing pretty good. And then when Tua was gone, we didn't see Waddle at all. He is sitting right now at 109 yards and one touchdown. But he was averaging 10 yards per catch. It's pretty good. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, where do we see Waddle on this? Like against Will Fuller. And then we also, they also have Devonta Parker, who's still performed really good with 123 yards and 9 receptions. I mean, who becomes number one? I still think, there's a reason why I picked him. Will Fuller, we saw what he did in Houston. So why not?
Mm-hmm.
Veteran. I mean, Devonta Parker's still a veteran too. But I mean, we've seen how Will Fuller can play.
Yeah, I think it'll be Fuller will be number one and Waddle number two. But I mean, to be honest, I say they should just make Waddle the number one because Fuller, yes, he's back now, but I feel like he's gonna be gone again in about 4 weeks.
Yeah,
That's always
if
injured.
we look on the other side, the Raiders, we're not gonna have Josh Jacobs, pretty sure. And behind that, we're gonna have King
Yeah.
Drake.
Hey man, I think Keenan Drake is a little bit better than Josh Jacobs, to be
I mean,
honest. Like, if you give him all the handouts, I feel like Drake would do better
maybe
than
okay, but they're not
Josh.
the same kind of running back. You gotta understand, like Josh Jacob is just gonna rush down the middle, and he still gets like plenty. He gets 10 yards per carry around there. Maybe I'm just guessing a number on that one. You know what? Let's find out. What is his average carry per rush? Josh Jacobs. Oh, I was way off. 3.4.
Yeah,
But
yeah. Drake is better, man.
yeah. Well, Kenyon Drake is a pass catcher, so I'll give him that.
Also, like I noticed when Drake was with the Cardinals, he'll and they'll give the ball to Edmonds. Edmonds will run it, even though Edmonds is a catching back, not a running back. But what's it called? Then Drake will run the ball and he'll get you 12, 15 yards like every carry,
Yeah,
like damn, that's Drake. That's the dude that was with the Dolphins.
yeah. And, well, that's if they even toss it to him because the MVP of this team is Darren Waller. You know,
Yeah,
I wish I had him back on my team. But I love him, having him on my team. I have him in another money league, and I mean last week he didn't do so well. I'll give him that. He did average, but on in the first week that was amazing. Him going against the what was it, the Baltimore Ravens. That was. Well, right now he's sitting on 15 receptions, 170 yards, and 1 touchdown. So, I mean, that dude's a stud. I love his backstory, and I love everything about him. And yeah, definitely between the two teams, it's going to be the Raiders. Seahawks and Vikings. We talked a little bit about Dalvin Cook, but we could talk about the other players like Tyler Lockett, man. He had an amazing game last week, right?
Lockett's been blowing up more than DK for sure.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that was like, but when we started drafting, we were like, who's going to be, overall best? I mean, I still think they're just going to take turns. 1 week Tyler Lockett, 1 week DK Metcalf. And then maybe 1 week Chris Carson.
Yeah,
I mean, I haven't seen Chris Carson perform.
he's consistent, but
He's done pretty good. 122 yards and 2 touchdowns. So, yeah, for sure, steady running back. Another one. Like we talk about Dalvin Cook and maybe not playing. And then people have been saying about Madison taking over. I looked at previous, like whenever Cook was injured, which is not much because they haven't been on the team for that long, maybe 2 years, right? And every time that Dalvin Cook was out, of course, Madison stepped up to play. And there was only one game where he, outperformed. Well, I would say play a little bit higher than average. It's kind of freaky how it kind of matched up because that was against the Seattle Seahawks last year, and he scored like 15 points in a full PPR, and the other that was like 2 weeks in a row that Madison had to play for Dalvin Cook, and then the next week he didn't play that well. I think he had like 3 points. I was like, what the hell? So I don't know. I don't think he's a good handcuff for Dalvin Cook. If they don't have Dalvin Cook, I think they're just going to depend on the wide receivers on their offense.
Yeah, most definitely. And also, there's another wide receiver in that offense, man. Not just Adam Thielen and Jefferson. What's his name?
AJ Osborne.
Starts with an O. Yeah, Osborne, man, bro. Really impressed by what he's been doing, and I think Dalvin Cook's still gonna play this week, though. No.
From what I've heard, it is up to him. They're gonna work out as normal with pads and everything, and if Dalvin Cook just says nope, not for me, he's not gonna play. But I mean, he could hold back and just say, "I'm okay, coach, put me in." Which I hope he doesn't do. I hope he's honest, and I hope he just says, "I'm not playing. I'm gonna wait a week, see how this goes." It sucks for me, but I would rather know that he's not gonna play than know he's gonna play, and then he's just not gonna play the entire game. Like, I don't know. We'll see. I still have some backups, so if that were to come,
If I were him, I just sit it out, But it is a big game.
It's his best matchup for like this whole season, like against the Seattle
Yeah,
Seahawks. They give so many yards to the running back. But yeah, I mean, if we look at Dalvin Cook right now, I mean, he hasn't had a game like we saw last year where he has like a fuck ton of touchdowns. Like in one game, he only has 192 yards and one touchdown, averaging 4.6 yards. I don't know. Maybe just bad matchups, I guess, but still. I'm kind of crying a little bit on the inside.
yeah. There hasn't really been much running back scoring lately. The only team I've seen that scores a lot with their running backs is probably the Cleveland Browns, man, and that's because they got that dynamic duo of Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb, man. I used to always diss out Nick Chubb, and because I didn't like him, because I think one day I think it was like his rookie year, I like auto drafted him, and he didn't do so hot. So yeah, I think that's why I hate him. But now, man, like I definitely see why a lot of people like Nick Chubb.
Yeah.
Like the way he just cuts through the hole, man. Like it's just really
that dude built
really
different. That dude is has 179 yards, 3 touchdowns in 2 weeks, and is averaging 6.8 yards. Fits in the league, and yeah, good pick for that. Let's see. On the last game on Sunday night prime time, we're gonna have the Green Bay Packers going against the 49ers. This is the matchup. This is, oh my god. Usually sometimes I'm like, what the fuck? This is on prime time? This is what the fuck, NFL? What are you giving us? But we can't talk about the Green Bay Packers without the GOAT Aaron Rodgers.
Even though he hasn't done so hot these past 2 weeks,
What? Well, okay.
Yeah,
that was 1 week. All right, give it 1 week, and then he goes on the mic. He's like, "Yeah, well, we got 16 more games to go," and he did really well last week. Got me my win, barely by 2 points. 2 points, but I'll take it, Aaron Rodgers. Thank you. You failed me for week 1. And you finally redeem yourself. Aaron Rodgers has right now 388 yards, 4 touchdowns. Well, 3 last week, and 4 last week because he didn't do anything on week 1. Still has 2 interceptions, but yeah, still, man. Whew.
Aaron Jones, man, that dude's the one that won that game last week.
Yeah.
Aaron Jones.
I had
like 3 touchdowns, I think, or I don't know.
4 touchdowns.
4 touchdowns? Damn.
That's 4 touchdowns. Well, what the fuck is on
I
ESPN?
think Chalene was like losing like by a lot, and like out of nowhere, Aaron Jones just saved him.
Is ESPN tripping? I think they're just counting rushing touchdowns. They're not counting receiving. But yeah, he has 4. He had 3 receiving touchdowns from Aaron Rodgers, which was amazing because Aaron Jones is just gonna get the ball and get a touchdown. But it's nice when Aaron Rodgers here you go, just tosses it to him, so and that counts as a pass, and then that counts as a touchdown for him. So I'm grateful for that. He also passed a touchdown to Robert Tonyan, which is great too. And it also helped because whenever Aaron scored, and then Robert Tonyan scored, and because we have a 5-point touchdown for a quarterback and a 6 for a regular player, that was 11 points plus on top of the yards, which was 22. So it was do the math, it was around 15 points, right? And I was like, I'll take it. That big score. We also
that touchdown by Tonyan was what won you the game, baby.
Yeah, yeah. We also have Devontae Adams, who did not get a touchdown, but he did get a fuck ton of yards. Uh, you know, does it say week 1? No, I'll just leave it at that. But he has a total right now of 177 yards. I think it was like 160 last week. He got like, so, I don't remember how many yards he got, but it was a lot. But yeah, man, it's gonna be a close call. And then we have Jimmy Garoppolo on the other side, with I think the highest wide receiver in the league is Deebo Samuel, right? Which I kind of I'm kicking myself in the ass for not picking it up.
Samuel.
I should have picked him up. My only regret was, like, my thought process was like, oh, he might get injured like last year. And then I was like, okay, if he gets injured, the next best pick is Brandon Ayuk. So far, we haven't seen Ayuk perform.
Everyone from the 49ers gets injured at some point.
Yeah, they were broken last year.
Like, you always see Kittle get injured. You always see like Garoppolo miss a game or two.
Mm-hmm.
You always see their wide receivers. Their wide receivers more than anything get injured. Dude, no, their running backs more than anything get injured. A lot.
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of milk they're using. They're 1% or 0%, but they got to move back to that 2%.
Yeah.
that milk and magnesium.
I still think Packers, they're gonna win. Aaron Rodgers kind of, anytime they play the 49ers, it's always like a fuck you. Why didn't you pick me up whenever I was a rookie? But it's gonna be Packers. I think 49ers are 2-0. So I mean, we'll see.
Yeah.
And then the last game on Monday Night Football, it's gonna be a divisional game of the Dallas Cowboys going against the Philadelphia Eagles. Hold up. I got my football helmet. You got your flag. We're Cowboys fans, baby. Till we die. To this day. To this day.
To this day.
Oh, my God.
The champions. Yeah.
Yeah, we can't talk about the Dallas Cowboys without talking about Dak Prescott, who surprised me coming off from his broken ankle.
Hey, man. He keeps getting better every season.
Yeah.
I don't know what.
Yeah.
I want to say Cowboys Super Bowl, but every time I do, I jinx it. So this time, just won't say anything. I'm just gonna be like, "They're all right. They're all right."
Yeah. He has 640 yards with 3 touchdowns. Does have 2 interceptions. Who cares? And but yeah, definitely. Yeah, it was last week they won against the Chargers. I saw a little bit of that game. They won by like a field goal, right?
Yeah, by a field goal. Yeah,
Clutch from Greg the Leg. He's trying to redeem himself.
Yeah, from one.
And there's a debate between Zeke, and Tony Pollard, and I mean they
I got a rumor about the Cowboys potentially thinking about trading Ezekiel Elliott to get this, the Baltimore Ravens.
I mean, yeah.
There's been a rumor about that going around, but who knows? You never know.
Yeah, it's for me. That's kind of a hard pill to swallow because, yeah, Zeke hasn't been performing as much as he has been in years past. It'd be sad to see him go. For me personally, because I really like him. But we still have Tony Pollard, who has a total of like 123 yards and 1 touchdown. I don't know how many points it is in PPR, but it was a lot.
Zeke's trash.
Oh my god. But yeah.
Yeah.
And on the other side of the coin for the Dallas Cowboys, you have their best. Well, there's two, but my favorite, Mr. CD Lamb.
Mr. CD.
He's been pretty consistent last couple weeks, but he's sitting on 185 yards, 1 touchdown. I mean, he still has a lot. He still has a lot more games to go. But if it's between Amari Cooper and CD Lamb, well, it is gonna be CD Lamb, probably because Amari Cooper, I think he hurt a rib or something in the last game. So we'll see. When I'm looking on ESPN, they're like looking at their the Eagles' leading passing yards and rushing yards, and it's both Jalen Hurts. Oh my god. Jalen Hurts got drafted last year, and so far he's made a good impression. Right now he's sitting on 454 yards, 3 touchdowns. And what?
That he's the new Michael Vick 2.0.
Hey, yeah, possibly. Yeah, there's a new trend with these new quarterbacks. They're very mobile, and especially Jalen Hurts. And what can you say? Who was the other running back for the Eagles? I can't remember. Scott, but there was the other one.
So Sanchez? Mark Sanchez?
Miles Sanders? Yeah, Miles Sanders.
I mean, Miles Sanders. Sanchez was a quarterback, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That ran into his own lineman? Yeah, I forgot it.
Yeah, Miles Sanders on... I mean, he has 129 yards, but still hasn't seen any touchdowns. But yeah. It's going to be a tough game, but Cowboys forever. I think they're going to pull the dub and be divisional leaders. I think... No, who's in the lead? Was it Washington?
I think it's the... I think the Eagles are in the lead, no? It's either Eagles or Washington.
I don't know.
I think Cowboys are third right now.
All right. With that, we're going to look real quickly at Yahoo for our personal league record. So, hold on. Let me pull it up. There we go. So, all right. First match is going to be yours truly, Spinal Samurai, going against Broccoli. I don't know. It's going to be a hard matchup. He has a really good team.
Really good team.
I'm going to compare quickly. I know we talked about a bunch of players earlier, but we're going to go quickly. So I'll just throw out their names. Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes, Cooper Kupp, stud. We saw his performance last week. Stephon Diggs, Allen Robinson, Chris Godwin, maybe Dalvin Cook, not sure. Barkley, which is why they named Broccoli. Jonathan Taylor, Darrell Henderson, Robert Tonyan versus T.J. Hawkinson, Joe Mixon, Brandon Cooks. As for kickers, Prater, and Arizona and San Francisco. But yeah, I want to say that I'm going to win, but I wouldn't be surprised if Broccoli wins on that one.
Yeah, what's it called? I mean, he does have Stephon Diggs, man, and if Stephon Diggs gets a 40-point game, you can forget about that dub.
Yeah.
But you have Cooper Kupp, don't you?
Yeah. And I also have Marquise Brown on my bench.
And you know what? Cooper Kupp has been actually doing better than Stephon Diggs. But usually you see Stephon Diggs do better. But, hey, man, this is a new season. Anything can happen.
Yeah.
Barkley, man. Barkley, he hasn't been doing anything either.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's all in like in the matchup and in the week. You know, sometimes players have good weeks, sometimes players have bad weeks.
Yeah, that.
You can't really predict a game by just having a list of players. Uh, yeah, it's a tough one.
Yeah. All right. Quickly, for the next one is going to be your other host, the champ, and El Paisano 2.0. This is going to be, it's going to be a rematch. Let's quickly, we're going to go Tom Brady versus Matt Stafford. Adam Thielen. I should say these lineups are not official, but at the time, this is what you guys have. Adam Thielen versus DK Metcalf. Keenan Allen versus Pittman Jr. Derrick Henry versus Nick Chubb. Chase Edmonds versus Sanders. Mark Andrews versus Kyle Pitts, the rookie. Mike Williams, who's been performing really good from the LA Chargers, going against Tony Pollard. Possibly that might be his key to win. And then kickers, we have Carlson and Tyler Bass, the New Orleans defense, and Tampa Bay. I still think the champ is going to reclaim his win again, and because Bassano hasn't been really doing too well the last couple of weeks. He is 0-2, which is a surprise. But, you know, we've seen crazy things happen in this league. Who's to say? All right.
Yeah, man. For sure, I think I'm going to win that game and keep my 3-0. Hopefully stay in first place. I just want to secure that bye week for sure. I want to secure it and just get a dub the first week.
Yeah.
And just wait for semifinals. You know?
Next is going to be... Hold on. All right. Tupapi Chulo going against Waller's Ballers. Comparing the quarterbacks and other players, Lamar Jackson going against Russell Wilson, Devontae Adams going against Kyle Ridley, Tyler Lockett going against Sterling Shepard, was it Damian Harris going against Ezekiel Elliott? Well, Damian Harris is questionable. We have James Robinson going against David Montgomery, Logan Thomas going against Darren Waller, fucking my boy Darren Waller, the Walrus, Courtland Sutton going against Swift. And the kickers, Koo and Suckup, Las Vegas, and Denver.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Oh, man. That one's a tough one. Because, you know, Taylor, he did win, beat Manolo last week. And Robert did get his first win last week, too. So they're both 1-1. I mean, we have the veteran, and we also have the newbie in our group. I mean, who's to say? But, you know, it could... I don't know. What do you think? I mean, it does say that Robert has the edge. Well, that's just the points.
If Taylor still had Scary Terry McLaurin, I would say Taylor all day, baby, all day.
Yeah.
But now... I'm gonna have to give it to Robert to Waddle. Waddle.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think he's gonna win this week for sure.
Yeah. All right, that's it for that matchup. We got two more. We got El Mas Buscado going against my brother El Sicario. To see their matchups, we have Jalen Hurts going against Kyler Murray, Justin Jefferson going against D-Hop. We got Amari Cooper going against Julio Jones. We have Antonio Gibson going against Alvin Kamara. Christian McCaffrey going against Kareem Hunt. Noah Fent, Dallas Goedert, Najee Harris, Mike Evans, Sanders and Folk, and Pittsburgh and Carolina defense. But yeah. El Sicario is the underdog as of right now, but it's still pretty close. Anything can happen. Let's see. I love Christian McCaffrey all day. Let's see. Amari Cooper and Antonio Gibson are questionable. Noah Fent is questionable. So Uli's team is a little bit hurt, questionable. But I mean, that stuff clears up all the time, and then they're healthy and they're good to go. But Sicard has D Hop and Kyler Murray, which is a nice stack right there. Whenever the quarterback scores and their wide receiver scores at the same time, happened to me and happened to Manola week 1, which is very nice. He does have a new wide receiver, Julio Jones. Mike Evans showed up last week with this touchdown. I'm not sure about Kareem Hunt, but
yeah, man. For this matchup, I might have to give it to El Sicario de LA. Yeah, I kind of like his players a little bit better. Uli's team is a little bit banged up. Christian McCaffrey, though, he could score like about 50 points if he wants to, but I don't see that happening.
We'll see. It'll be on who's the healthiest. And let me pull it up, the last matchup is going to be Ricky Bobby and El Mencho.
I feel like that's the matchup of the week. That's like the hardest one I've come across to decide.
Either somebody's going to get their first win or somebody's going to get their first loss.
Hey, that's true. Either someone's going to get their first win or someone's going to get their first loss.
And, hey, I battled against El Mencho, and he was not easy to beat. That was an intense battle, and I did come up with the win with 2 points. Hey, but hey, as I said in the Fast and Furious, winning is winning. But all right, quickly through their matchups, we have Justin Herbert, Dak Prescott, Tyreek Hill going against Antonio Brown, CeeDee Lamb versus Robert Woods, Aaron Jones versus Chris Carson, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Eckler, George Kittle going against Travis Kelce, Terry McLaurin against Robert Gronkowski, Butker going against Matt Gay, and the Los Angeles defense going against the New England defense. I'll just say I love Mencho's team because he has A.J. Brown. Oh, we haven't seen much of A.J. Brown this year. But I do like, who is it? Chris Carson. Dude, for his flex, he has Rob, and for his tight end, he has Travis Kelce. And that is just a crazy flex play. Definitely my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
But if you look on Ricky Bobby's team, I love CeeDee Lamb, Aaron Jones. I don't see the same output from last week. Don't expect him to get 4 touchdowns again. I mean, we never know. But maybe 2 at the max. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, we're not seeing him like fully like at his full potential. Like we saw him in college.
He got like 2 points last game.
Yeah. Manol traded him, so maybe he stays, tries to stay a little bit consistent with getting around 10 points, but I don't like Clyde Edwards-Helaire. They're not utilizing him correctly. We have George Kittle. He's all right. Still really good.
He hasn't been so good either.
No. Terry McLaurin. Love Terry McLaurin. Los Angeles versus Tampa Bay. That one's tough. Like, are we gonna see Aaron Donald sack Tom Brady? Probably not. But yeah, Justin Herbert going at KC could be a shootout. Could get him like those touchdowns that he needs. But I don't know. What do you think?
About who's going to win that game, or
between the two players, because right now they're pretty even. Ricky Bobby's expected to score 143, and Al Mencho's expected to score about 140. So,
you know what? I feel like Ricky Bobby might take this one. Why? Because let me tell you why right now. Because the Cowboys are going against the Philadelphia Eagles. And yeah, the Cowboys do have a pretty good offense, but the Eagles have a pretty good defense. So
yeah,
I feel like that's gonna come a lot into play. I feel like it's gonna be another low-scoring game like the Cowboys and the Chargers.
Yeah.
Probably another 17-20 game, or maybe even less. But yeah, like Dak Prescott, I see his points not being the same. Gronk, going against that tough Rams defense, I don't see Gronk getting the same points either. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And well, with Ricky Bobby, what really scares me is like T.Y. Hilton, Aaron Jones, Scary Terry McLaurin. Like those three players can just blow up, and if you have like two of those players blow up, that's 100 points right there. So yeah, I'm gonna have to give this to Ricky Bobby. You're not first, you're last.
Yeah. I'll go with the other one, and I'll go with El Mencho on this one. I think he can secure the dub. I mean, I feel like the reason why he didn't win, I mean, definitely, it's because Dak Prescott underperformed. He got like 7 or 8 points in fantasy. Not his best, but I think he improves. It is probably going to be the battle of the quarterbacks in these two, but I feel like we'll see some more action from A.J. Brown. More Chris Carson. Austin Eckler has been doing really good, and his tight ends are just amazing. Probably the best in the league. Rob and Kelsey.
Yeah, he has the 2 best tight ends in the league.
But yeah, I think that wraps things up with our show, and it's good to be back. Hopefully, we'll be back next week. I'll try to keep these before Thursday night games so you can watch it. I'll try to edit this real quick and upload it real quick, and then hopefully you can get it up by tonight. But as always, this is your episode of Helmet to Helmet with your host, Dario Lara, and your co-host, Adolfo Ramirez.
And the champ of the world.
All right. See you guys next week.